I buy a Rokform case every single year, and I'm always amazed at how tough this thing actually looks. But with my updated system, is it as tough as it looks? I'm testing 50 cases to find the best 5. This is review 27 out of 50. Because I'm a reviewer, not an influencer, for the iPhone 17s, my scoring system is based on what the iPhone actually feels when it hits the ground on its corner, on its face, as well as on its camera lump. Each case gets dropped 30 times, so when I say it's terrible, it's because I've got the data to back it up. Now when it comes to design, this is a very intimidating looking case. First thing you're going to notice is the hole in the back. It's Rokform's own mounting system, and Rokform's been around for many years now. This is the mount I bought for the iPhone 12 versions, and after, I don't know, 5-6 years, it still works. It's not the easiest mounting system to use, but it's probably one of the more sturdy ones. Now this case has a ton of textures to it. On the edge you've got this dot pattern grip strip. The back's just kind of crazy. You've got magnet housings here. This part of the case actually like divots down. The carbon fiber finish is kind of vacuum sealed against the this raised part of the case. I don't know guys, what do you guys think? Is it too much? Now on the inside of the case, your iPhone sits on this fabric. I don't think it's quite microfiber, and it's not a shock absorbing material. I think it's just a piece of cloth that is used to keep the magnets all secure. Now in terms of weight, this is one of the heaviest in my group, especially when you consider the average is that 50 grams. It's a big boy. At its bulkiest, it's going to improve the size of your iPhone by a whopping 90%. Now when it comes to using your iPhone inside the case, it looks grippier than it actually is. The finish on the TPU edges are very slick, even though it has this grip strip. It's a little too, yeah, it doesn't work. This case has really boxy edges, so that does kind of help with the grip as well. And there's just so much stuff on the back that your fingers will always have something to hold on to. Buttons on this case are unfortunately integrated into them, so they've got a bit of squish, but they are oversized, so finding your device's power and volume buttons shouldn't be an issue. Camera control button is covered, and the port is big enough to use any size cable that you want. And because the case is so bulky for the pinky proper uppers, you're not going to have any issues whatsoever. Now MagSafe is kind of where it gets a little crazy. To pull things off takes a whopping 21 newtons. To push things off takes a whopping 23 newtons. That's 178% above average. This case has the strongest magnets in my test group. But to be clear, Rokform doesn't use your normal array of magnets. They've got a little bit extra, especially at the bottom. So even if you're planning on using it with non-Rokform car mounts, your iPhone definitely isn't coming off whatever car mount you decide to use. Talk about the protective features. The thing is an absolute tank. The corners are 4 mils thick. The back is 4.9 mils thick. The normal case corners are rounded. This thing has a bunch of angles to it. I'm bringing this up because depending on how you drop it, where it lands on the angle, you either get really crazy bounces or you get really nice slow bounces. Now the top of the case has a bit of flex to it. It's not terrible. The overall flex for the product is 36 newtons. That's 26% better than average. Now in the last few cases, we've seen ones that are really rigid not do so well, but I'm curious to see what happens with this because there's a bunch of layers to it. So when you drop it, it shouldn't ring as much, is my guess. And when it comes to corner drops, I used all the observations where the drop was right on this angle, not like this or like that, right on this flat piece. And what did my iPhone record? It recorded 9.9 Gs. That's pretty average, 5% better. Now in the flat corner drop, rotation rate was 6%. The total time for the case to settle was 20% slower, and the total force was 5% higher. So the massive corners on this case help with the initial impact, but because of the rigid back, the case kind of kept ringing for a longer period of time, which is why we see these values, but overall, this isn't bad. And when it came to face rest drops, it, well, passed. Initial impact was 17% better than average. The settling rate was 37% slower, and total force was 19% better. Again, these results indicate that the super rigid back really doesn't do the iPhone any favors in that sort of drop. Now for the camera lump, Rokform has a big hunk of TPE. It's not very soft TPE. There's a bit of thickness to it. So when you drop it on its camera lump, see the bounce? Initial impact was 15% higher than average. The settling rate was very average, and the total force was 16% higher than average. So really not that great. So would I get this case if I wasn't a reviewer? The answer is probably no, but I don't have any need for this mounting system in my everyday life. But if you do, then you kind of don't have much of a choice because this locking system is very secure. So get it if you need the mounting system. That's all I got for this video. Again, this is review 27 out of 50. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so that every single time I release a new video, like number 28, which is this one, you get notified.